kids illustrator and author. What do you make of this bloody Roald Dahl business? Yeah, well, I wasn't going to bother Johnny because it seemed too bloody ridiculous to even comment on. But they're changing the words in his books, Johnny. Yeah, I know, Johnny. Well, the whole bloody thing about Roald Dahl's books was his turn of phrase. Yeah, his turn of phrase. I mean, I remember in George's Marvellous Medicine, George described his grandmother's mouth as looking like a dog's bottom. Well, it always gave me a good sense of what the bloody grandma's mouth looked like. She might have even had bad breath too, Johnny. That might have made the bloody comparison even more applicable. But wasn't that the reason why his books were so good in the first place, Johnny?
The book publisher Puffin is rewriting Roald Dahl's classic children's books so his literature can, quote, continue to be enjoyed by all today. Edits have been made to change descriptions of the characters' physical appearances, including Augustus Gloop being changed to enormous instead of fat, and Mrs. Twit is no longer ugly and beastly, she's just beastly.
Visionary thinkers who earned their power through sheer intellect.
But that's the sort of stuff he wrote. He wrote it because it was funny, it was offbeat. He wasn't using phrases that were normally used by but Johnny, it'll just make his books like everyone else's.
We may be witnessing the beginning of an era that will mean the complete annihilation of man.
Annihilation?
The beginning of the end.
That's what made Roald Dahl's books bloody special. I mean, perhaps you shouldn't even have a book like The Twits anyway, because the whole thing's not bloody woke. You know, the Twits and all that, aren't they? You know, they're not woke books in the first place. The whole book probably offends the woke people. We shouldn't even have The Twits.
The safety and security of the American people is paramount.
Yeah, lucky the Mona Lisa hasn't got her boobs hanging out, Johnny, because the woke people would have to go and paint over that offending bloody breast. But Johnny, you could fuck up Shakespeare if you wanted to. And Shakespeare, oh Jesus, some of the stuff he rambled on about.
The Telegraph's arts and entertainment editor, Anita Singh, reports that Roald Dahl's publisher, Puffin, has made hundreds of changes to the original text. The obese Augustus Gloop from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory is no longer fat. That's right, he's had a diet. Mrs. Twit is no longer fearfully ugly. And the Oompa Loompas have gone gender neutral. Of course they have.
I mean, you can't just go and change everything, Johnny, because you don't like what was written a couple of 100 years ago, or 50 years ago. Oh, Jesus, yeah. I mean, Mrs. Twit was bloody ugly. So was Mr. Twit. I mean, in Willy Wonka's chocolate factory, you got a bloody chocolate factory, for Christ's sake. Doesn't that take into account today's obesity problem? But if you take the chocolate factory out of Willy Wonka and the chocolate factory, well, it's not the same, is it?
Yes, of course.
Willy Wonka and the obese, diabetes-encouraging factory. I mean, Orwell's 1984, you could rip pages out of that. I mean, if people don't like riding horses, I mean, if it comes in, and it probably will, that we can't ride horses anymore, are you going to do away with all the westerns? Because there's people riding horses in westerns. You can't have kids even talking about riding horses.